Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Game 3 of chessjerk versus ta909 in the semifinals. Game 3 not going to be the decider because we do have a 5-game series. One of these players is going to take a 2-1 lead. The other one will have to come back tomorrow, and maybe we'll get a Game 5. Either way, these are two of the best, the 1 seed versus the 4 seed. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Adirondack Rick. How you doing, Rick?
Doing perfectly fine, and it's going to be exciting getting to call this Game 3 together with you. It's been a fun series so far, back and forth action between these two runners in both Games 1 and 2. Some great execution between these two, like we were expecting for all 4 of the semifinals in the championship bracket. I mean, you'd have to expect it considering the fact that the 4 runners in the semifinals were your number 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds after the Swiss portion of this tournament.
Well, and the only reason why TA is the 4th seed, the other 3 all went 5-0 in the Swiss round. TA lost to CJ in week 5 of the Swiss rounds, and that's how he ended up with the 4 seed instead of a higher seed. So it just shows you how good these players that are remaining are.
It just shows you how great these 4 runners are. I mean, everyone was talking about, oh my goodness, we had this runner here seated in like the 10s and whatnot, and it just absolutely funny. We came down to the top 4 seeds. It's going to be a fun, wild Game 3. The countdown's going. Tracy M., where are we starting?
Death Mountain.
You'd love to see Death Mountain. You have yet to call it. Are you right this time? Are you right this time? No.
No. I am never right.
It's okay. You will be right at some point in time.
If you say it enough times, it will eventually happen.
All right,
we're going to go straight to the Armos.
Picking up that wood sword. Going to try to kill that Ectorok. Good. It goes down in 1 hit. That's also good. Let's see if Death Armos is going to be our freebie. 27 for the mid-secret.
Not great. Not great at all. The mid-secret tends to drive more of the money, and 27 is 2 above the minimum.
Right, we have a secret over here.
80, also not great. Now, I mean, we've seen much worse.
Yes, we have.
Much worse than those numbers, but not great either.
Tracy, we've called 50 rupee high
Yes,
secret.
we have. 1 rupee smalls and 25 and 50. Didn't we have one that was like almost minimum for all of them? As chessjerk grabs a heart out of the first Take Any cave, ironically, TA buys a candle because he has found a cheap candle to buy before he finds a Take Any. CJ, well known.
Staffos are shooting shooting swords.
I mean, of course they are. It's either going to be 1Q, 2Q, just whichever. Either it's going to be 1Q and then 2Q for these guys because that's what they had the first two races, or because for some reason we keep getting 2Q, 1Q.
Because we're on commentary together, it's going to be
That's
2Q,
right.
1Q.
But yeah, chessjerk well known for taking the heart instead of the candle early on and waiting to buy one. If he goes to the right from the start screen, he will be able to buy that candle, and he'll be happy to see it.
Maximum bombs. And it looks like we're heading over to the grave for chessjerk as TA searches the near home region.
Yeah, I think CJ wants to hit the grave Armos, try and get that item there, and TA is probably trying to make his way towards the forest for the other 3 Armos in the Lost Hills in the forest. Yeah, 2. 2 is not good. 2. That's not good. Okay, any roads? That's pretty good. Okay, that one's not so great. That one's relatively close to start. Okay, I mean, they'll get you places, but not great any roads.
C+. I
think that's fair.
You get one up to Death Mountain, but they're a little bit of a distance away from home, and don't get you to the other side of the world.
Yeah, CJ's about to find those any roads as well. It's not super close to start. That one that we'll call the second any road for chessjerk. Not too far away from the start point, but you can see he was thinking about doing a little more exploration in the area. And all right, there's the Death Mountain one. And chessjerk back to the last one. I imagine he will go to the Armos Maybe spend a few of those bombs in Death Mountain and then head back to start.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that is the game plan right here. We did start with the power bracelet, so we're going to be checking this right now as well. And this turns out to be asking for another story to take away some of our rupees. 24 for the door repair.
Yeah, money's not good. I don't think we're going to be seeing any blue ring buys today, although these two runners typically won't need it. Maybe we'll see, hopefully they can get some silver arrows, not have to buy arrows. That'd be nice. Both runners are going to end up buying a candle. T already bought his, has not found a take any cave. CJ, we know, will always buy the candle if he can.
Well, we did find our first level here. It's level 1. And,
this could be 2Q.
it feels like a 2Q start, Tracy.
It sure does. I mean, at least it'll be different for these guys.
It's a 2Q start. That's
a drop spot for 2Q, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
And
there's
we'll
a
get
map.
confirmation with the
We'll get
map.
full confirmation. Yeah, that is a 2Q.
Tracy M and Adirondack Rick, and a 2Q 1 through 6.
All right,
Name
both
me
runners
a
in one.
more dynamic duo.
Yeah, I know both runners are going to want to get over to the Ermos items, but this is, if the enemy set isn't too bad right now, we got some likes, which are annoying enemies but not difficult enemies.
They're time consuming.
Yes, and I think both runners are going to try and get their items out of here. Unlike first quest though, it's a little more
Ooh.
common to see a ladder block in a 2Q one.
Did you see that?
That's a recorder.
That
Is
is
that a
a
recorder?
recorder indeed.
All right. Well, that's good. Early on, we have the recorder. CJ in particular is probably going to go east from here and be able to hit all those recorder spots. TA might choose to check the Armos first, that are over near in the grave,
Yeah.
and then go east.
Yeah. Totally makes sense right there. As TA finishing up this room, this was a remove open stairs in our MOS, if you will. And this is our transport staircase, and it is a required transport staircase too. Oh,
CJ,
dear. Hi.
happy. Yeah, is he gonna leave? I think we're gonna leave because he doesn't want to kill the likes again. Oh wait, is he? What are we doing? Okay.
Pirouette.
Oh, nice pirouette to get that door open. That's one of the
TA
weird
never
ones.
had-
The bomb hole thing.
TA never had to pirouette the door because he wound up
That's
having he came in from the right hand side. TA tried to do a
Right.
candle boost there. Unfortunately, wound up getting bopped, just hung out at the door just a little bit too long, and took the bop right there. And yep.
So far, all
To
we've seen is
you.
likes and Patras in this. There we go. There's some blue darkness. Well, I mean, they're decently guarding that Triforce. That's not going to be an easy Triforce to get, but you don't necessarily have to kill any of them if you can get around them.
Yeah, you just got to play the avoid them strats.
Which, honestly, not free when you only have 3 hearts and no ring.
Ooh. We got ourselves a recorder, and now we have ourselves a Dig Dogger. Does Dig Dogger have an item? This is an Aquamendus room. Very possible. It
Yes!
is a
Oh my
ring!
Well, we don't have to worry about buying. And I mean, the runners weren't going to buy a blue ring anyway. And I know TA has talked about this, how he prefers the more difficult combat, but you don't turn down a red ring because it is going to speed him up, and it is going to speed your opponent up. Well, in fact, in some cases, to some extent, more importantly, it speed your opponent up because you don't want to have that disadvantage. Now, it was interesting to listen to them in the interview. I've always thought of TA as one of the top combat players we have, and he says that chessjerk is better than him. And if TA's saying that, there's probably some validity to it. So we're talking about 2 of the best combat players that we have in Z1R.
Yeah, TA unfortunately taking a death, which is going to cost him quite a bit of time here because he's going to have to redo these likes. There was no easy way back up to this room here. It's, as we mentioned before, these are not difficult enemies, but they are time-consuming enemies. And chessjerk's just going to be able to go and body check himself into this Triforce because he did have more than just 1/2 of a heart. What unfortunately happened there for TA was the fact that the 2 Dark Nuts were right next to each other. And now TA is going to have to be careful again because this is a same scenario as last time. He's coming in with just a 1/2 a heart, and 1 blue dark nut sends him back to start.
And he gets 1 candle boost, which he should have enough health, unless he's on that very last 1/8 of the heart. There we go.
There he is.
Oh, very nicely done. Very nicely done. chessjerk finds his candle.
This right here is what we have come here to watch. We have come here to watch two magicians at this game work around some scenarios that would kill other runners.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think if it were me, I would just walk away with the ring and the recorder and just say, you know what, I can come back here anytime. You know, it'll be much easier with just a little bit more health, a few more hearts, or whatever.
I think one piece of the puzzle is that you would like to get at least the Triforce so you could use it as the warp.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. That would be the one regret to leaving. TA, knowing that 2Q3 is coming up, has bought bait.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, especially considering the fact that he has seen two of the large secrets already. Make the purchases that you need to before you wind up running out of money.
Yeah, 64 rupee 64 rupee arrows if we need to buy them. That's good.
I'm surprised that actually worked for chessjerk, and I can't even see where his position on the map is.
There it is.
There we go. This is screaming 1Q8.
Yeah, this could be 1Q.
Tracy, it's you and I on commentary. It's going to be 1Q8.
And we're going to get an immediate Triforce for chessjerk. TA is going to do a little more exploring before he walks in. We'll see if he goes back in. 1Q8 is a pretty popular dungeon to dig. It's 3 items. It's relatively small for being level 8 compared to, say, a Shapes 8. Might be able to get some keys out of it, as we can see here. I think this is a room. There's a room up here that's a blank room on the map. I always like to pause or check my menu screen when I land on that spot, because that'll tell me for sure whether it's a 1Q or a Shapes.
Yeah, and again, this is really screaming that we are in 1Q8 at this point. Although, I'm trying to see, are we 2 up? Well, we'll find out. We've been baited before by shapes not being Shapes. Oh, silvers!
Wow.
Oh.
I mean, that's
enough to say chessjerk.
That's not a guaranteed spot for TA to get to. I expect he'll get to that spot, but it's not guaranteed. And there's the menu check. This, and
I believe this might be the room here.
Yeah, I think
it's the room in question that you were talking about. The room that has the empty spot in the middle.
Yep. But yeah,
we're not going to go that way. And we're not going to get that map. And that is a blank room. We're in 1Q8.
Okay, there we go. All right, TA finds his first take in. He picks up a heart because he's already got the candle. And the nice thing for chessjerk is he found the floor item as the silver, so it's much easier to search out the stair items than it is to search out the floor items.
Yeah, you avoid that room. You know this is going to be an item because you've already seen the transport, and you get a heart container. Gotta have heart.
I mean, to be fair, anyone's going to take this heart at this point, but it's kind of rare for chessjerk to skip them.
Yeah. I mean, this is part of the package that has made chessjerk the runner that he is.
When push comes to shove, and it's difference between winning and losing, and we even saw it in the last race where he picked up a potion in a take any cave because he didn't have the letter yet. Sadly for those of you that wanted to see 16 hearts on his side, he did find the letter like a few caves later, and could have bought a potion that way. But yeah, I didn't blame him whatsoever going into a 9 where you could have red bubbles.
I still remember the race that he was against Dave, where they ended up memeing, and he had to get that 16th heart on the room past Zelda.
Also interesting, the TA is already picking up a potion out of a take any before finding the white sword item. I find that very interesting.
Yeah, it is a crazy decision here by TA to do that at this point in the run.
Usually you'll start seeing runners do that sort of thing at 6 hearts when they've or after they've already seen the white sword item.
But maybe TA wants to protect himself against blue bubble or red, blue bubbles, red bubbles.
Yeah. I mean, we know we have some 2Q, and we're gonna see 2Q4 is gonna be in the equation, and 2Q4 likes to do nasty things. There's Magic Sword. I suddenly mixed up my Zeldas.
That third sword.
Yeah, the level 3 powered sword. Either one of these runners will easily finish on Wood Sword if it comes to it, but CJ with his heart pickups is a little more likely to end up picking that up.
He'll definitely pick up this key right here, put him at 4 total keys. He would love to get a bomb pack.
Yeah, 4 is pretty good coming out of this. He might spend a few still, but he should come out key positive.
chessjerk thinking.
I mean,
deciding.
that could be the Triforce. No, we got the Triforce already. It was like two rooms in. Looks like he's gonna leave for now. It's near. It's one screen from their start point. They've got the recorder.
Also, they've gotten 2 out of 3 items here.
Oh right, we got the heart container. So there's one more item, and that's it. Unlike the first 2 games, we did not get a ladder. chessjerk did not get a ladder out. That was like the big tale and the big story in game 1 was CJ finding a ladder deep in a 2Q8, and that helped him win. Game 2, similar thing happened. chessjerk found the ladder a lot earlier than TA, but in the end, one went clockwise, the other one counterclockwise. And counterclockwise, the TA worked to find level 9, and chessjerk went clockwise in last location, level 9. I think he's still looking for it, in fact.
Yeah, he was teasing about that on the Discord earlier today about how he had 60-ish locations remaining to find level 9, and then some stories were that he was still looking for it at the time that we were speaking this midday today.
White
just
sword
missed
on the
what
coast.
was the court. Okay, that's a nice decent item over there on the coast that you'd love to get, but can't pick up right at this point. But it was funny because 2 races last night, they both went off at 9 o'clock Eastern. They both had level 9 at the open cave.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it can happen. Also, to answer chat, what happens if you buy a blue ring after you have a red ring? You spend money. That's it.
Yep. And speaking of level 9, it's not going to be at the open cave on Death Mountain this time around because we just found it here in the forest.
In fact, I mean, I've never seen anyone buy a blue ring after picking up a red ring, but we have seen
Tracy
arrows after silvers, and we've seen,
yes,
I've seen people buy keys after they picked up the any key. You know, these things happen. You're not going to see it with the blue ring so much, just because it's not that common that you have that much money at any given time.
It's unfortunate. It is just a money loss at that point in time. Think of it if you want to translate it to a Link to the Past term. It was back in version 18 when you ended up getting the Butter Sword, the level 4 sword, or the Gold Sword, and later on you found the Master Sword. You don't downgrade.
Because the items were not progressive back then.
All right, so the Lost Hills Armos is going to be our freebie today.
We still haven't gotten there.
TA is just around the corner. He will get there first.
Oh, there's our hint shop if we get a book. Mark that down.
Maybe we'll just get around the corner here. Although we're going to check the recorder spots over here in the desert first as chessjerk continues to burn the forest. It's the wrap.
Okay, I mean, we don't have to really worry much about, there's still the 2 ladder spots, but pretty much that gives us access to all of the map. And we find level 6.
We can guarantee that the power bracelet's not going to be in level 9 now.
I mean, we have one already.
Yes. But with level 6 being here at the Lost Hills Power Bracelet spot, we can guarantee it will not be in level 9 now. And that's something that these runners will know at this point in time. So if push comes to shove and they're still missing the bow and they don't have the power bracelet and they're running out of locations, they can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, if there's one location left, you can just say that's the power bracelet and not worry about it. That's the power of the when we have important items in 9. That's like the big difference is. You can kind of say, well, here are the quote-unquote important items. I like to call them progression items because silvers are kind of important, and they can always be in 9. But yeah, the being able to eliminate or place a power bracelet in this case into one of those dungeons makes the 9 play a little more valuable if you're looking for bow or silvers. Now, chessjerk won't be looking for silvers, and hopefully TA won't be either. We don't know where bow is. Bow could still be in 9 at this point. CJ also gonna buy that meat? Yeah. I mean, we don't need it. It's 2Q6.
Right. It's a map we don't need, but it's still just funny the fact that we now have seen 2 ladder blocked maps here.
I mean, to be fair, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I like having the map if I can. I find it easier to orient myself, even on a map that I know. But yeah, I'm not going to go super out of my way. In this case, I can't because it's ladder blocked. But like, if you see a map in like a nasty red bubble room, and it's just like it can just sit there. TA finds level 2.
Level 2, which is located at 6. There's the Triforce for level 2. Level 2 located over at the tree, the money-making tree.
I wonder if this 6 is ladder blocked and that's why TA decided to leave.
There weren't a whole lot of options, although there still could have been like a walkthrough wall that I don't think TA took.
Well, and there's that wizard room that chessjerk just left that could theoretically have a... I didn't see any shutter doors in there, so this could be a push block.
And this, I think, really was what drove TA to leave. There's when he got locked in with that dig dogger.
So now, you only have 3 hearts to do this room instead of, like CJ had like 6.5 hearts to be able to do this room, and now it's going to be a much more difficult room. Now, with the red ring, I think it's okay to try it. I don't think he does this if he doesn't have that red ring. And the problem with this room is, there's 2 transport staircases there are 2 transports in level 6. So this doesn't have to be the item, and in fact, it's not.
Yeah, I think we did see TA take this staircase.
Oh, he did.
Which takes you over towards the very right. Yeah, there's the Triforce.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, because he grabbed the Triforce. You probably grabbed this key too. I see he's got 1 over there. Yeah,
and that is a walk-through wall. It is an immediate river block. Okay, ladder block there.
So we might be... I don't know if it's hard to say if we're hard ladder blocked yet, but I think at this point there's enough... you'd have to do some shenanigans to get around. That at the very least it's going to be slow. You've got the recorder. You can come back here anytime you want. I think CJ leaves. I like the play to leave here.
CA has picked up the book inside of level 2. Also
but chessjerk making a liar out of me. He's going right back in. Alright, this wall bombs.
Yep, we know this will not be our floor drop item because it is a dark room. Dark rooms cannot have the major items.
Could have a key, could have a compass, could have a map.
Yeah, but it cannot have the major items like your heart containers or your bows.
So yeah, see CJ, the next room was a dark room with a key. Keep in mind though, and I've seen this burn a couple of runners.
0 and 2.
0 and 2. Okay. Dark rooms can have push blocks. And they don't they can have push blocks. They're not necessarily going to show up. That's a heart for CJ. I can't see him staying and looking for the floor item at this point. So it looks like we have book and bow in level 2. Is that right?
Book and bow inside of level 2. And I think chessjerk plays the what has been known as the Rick 6 in the sense that you will go and try to do maybe up to 6 rooms or something like that. See if you can't pull out the item, and then cash in your chips, leave.
Yeah, who's that named after?
Ricky of Kokiri.
Oh, okay.
Sail over the water to find the magic key.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, we have the raft, so it's not that big a deal, but it does tell us that we do need that raft. That second
got the
hint,
book.
completely useless, you know. Classic,
Need the book to
classic
get
book
the
hint.
book.
It's always there.
All right, is this our raft location? And it's not guaranteed to be a level because we have yet to see the white sword yet.
Could be the actually.
White
If
sword
it's the
item.
white, I'd be pretty happy if it was the white sword item. Honestly, just grab that key and get out. But isn't that spot? So
Yep, so now we know that chessjerk is about to find something here, whether it be the any key as the white sword item, or it's a level.
chessjerk doesn't have that book yet. Hasn't found level 2.
All right, it
Here we go.
is. It's the white sword item.
Oh, that's really nice for him. I mean, TA is gonna find it too. Like he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna rush to that spot, but actually, it looks like he's gonna rush to that spot because he's we recorded back to level 2, and that's the closest place to it. He's gonna do some of these other checks though.
Yeah, I would honestly do that in the sense that, you know, you're in the position, you know that this is something here. It could very well be one of the levels that you need, so you're going to check this.
And he's only got 1 key, so being able to replace the 1 key with infinite keys is very, very useful.
Absolutely. But as far as you know, because we've only have seen, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 dungeons, 5 dungeons so
Play a
far.
melody. Oh, that was the last. Okay. He couldn't afford the 3rd hint. Play a melody to obtain the magic boomerang. We have not found a recorder dungeon yet, but we will.
So
we have the
he's about
recorders,
to find out that this is the white sword item as opposed to a dungeon. You still had like 4 outstanding dungeons at this point, including 3 and 4 and 7.
I'm pretty happy with this if I'm TA. Pick up that, you know, you get that any key. You know, you don't have to search it. Now, any dungeon you go to, you don't have to worry about your key count. So it's pretty powerful. Whereas if it'd been in a dungeon, yeah, you're finding one of your dungeons, and that's really good. But the you have to find it, right? And you only have 1 key to go in there.
TA finding level 5, located up in the Lost Hills.
Level 5 in Quest 2 is pretty nice in general. It's got 2 transport staircases. It's got, for a small dungeon, it's got a lot of transport staircases. Might have 1 bomb wall. We'll typically have a couple of walkthrough walls.
Yeah, it's got that 1 left to right walkthrough wall, and whatever else logic decides it's going to throw at us. More wizrobes inside this level 5, a heart container.
TA is already turning
TA.
down the hearts. Yeah, the contrast in playstyle very evident. chessjerk won't be skipping that heart if he sees it. TA just doesn't care. He's happy to be on 6, and he's good enough to be on 6. He's good enough to be on 6 without the red ring. With the red ring, he definitely doesn't care about grabbing extra hearts.
Another
ladder block map.
locked map. That's
Well, it's a
3
good
of them.
thing. It's a good thing we're not in shapes because we would not be seeing any of our maps if we were.
I know.
Of note, the virus are going down to a bomb, so we will be able to kill them with magic sword damage. There's a compass for TA.
There's our walkthrough wall. See the room go dark, so we know that this is not going to be the second item, the floor drop item. This could be, though. And it's a key we don't need.
Not anymore. TA doing a nice job of remembering that he has the any key. So it's always funny, and I do it. We all do it. You forget you have the any key. You see that key, and sometimes you even you walk like 2 steps and oh yeah, I don't need that.
As TA dispatches of the Gliok to find out that it wasn't necessarily what we wanted there, and another Gliok needs to be killed if we're going to go ahead and pull this Triforce out of this level 5. TA is going to swallow the potion because we're down to a half a heart and doesn't want to go all the way back to start.
In the meantime, chessjerk saw the magic sword at 9 hearts, which means he can't try. I mean, he could try it. It's not going to work. It wasn't likely going to work at 10 hearts, but it always feels bad when you find the magic sword at 9.
Yeah. I mean, we could do like what we did last year and try to pull it at 5 hearts and fail.
There were some weird settings that were on in last year's tournament. Well, I mean, it was random percent, so, you know.
I mean, it's been a fun tournament. We had that span of what we did, like 7 commentaries together in like a week.
Yeah, this year? Yeah, absolutely. That was awesome. All right, so it looks like TA has a bit of a lead because of those Triforces, but he does not have the silver arrows at a 8. And I don't think chessjerk could be spending a ton of time in these other dungeons. Now, it is important that chessjerk find the bow here in level 2. Not likely he leaves it here because it is a smaller dungeon. It's early enough. You're going to want to dig it most likely, but it is important that he finds them.
Just to know for our tracker, I do believe chessjerk does have the Triforce at a level 6.
Yeah, he does.
And our tracker, Boofaboom, will go ahead and illuminate at that right about now.
Yep,
we're in just a moment. There it goes.
Trackers are MVPs, because, yeah.
There's the
There's
book.
that book.
And chessjerk wants those bombs.
Yes, he does.
So if I remember correctly, the bow was on the very bottom of that, the letter R there on the world.
Okay. Looks like that meat might not be needed in level 3, because we're coming in from the top.
chessjerk is at least checking this square. We need him to go back in, because if he makes a play for the leaving this without the bow, that could be very catastrophic. And he is walking away from level 2 without the bow.
He might want to check these other areas first and then walk back. We'll see if he which way are you going, CJ? Uh-oh.
He is walking away from level 2.
That really surprises me too. Being a smaller dungeon, yeah, it's quest 2 too, and there's the power bracelet that we don't need. Because for the most part, it seems like chessjerk tends to be more a thorough runner. So I'm very surprised to see him walking away from level 2 here. About to find level 5, it looks like. He does have the recorder. We have seen one hint shop, doesn't say anything about the bow. We'll see the other hint shop. So, I mean, this could come down to who goes to their, because TA still needs to get to level 8, still needs to get those silver arrows out of level 8. If he does level 8 very late, the Triforce is 1 or 2 rooms in. He might not dig that level 8 to get the silvers.
And as you see, TA has decided to bypass that heart. There's our bait block, so therefore
pretty darn useless.
That's not going to be useless. And so the Triforce and the other item looks like it could be on the other end of the staircase.
We saw the power bracelet, so it's the heart and power bracelet.
Never mind.
Like.
Heart and power bracelet, you're right.
The most useless item is the one that you already have, right? Like this will be this will be the transport. This is a classic RMOS.
Yeah, TA's making a case of definitely not caring about the heart either. Although he's gonna walk into it and try to tackle the blue dark nut.
I won't hurt him. He might lose a second or two in the refill, that's all.
Alright, Triforce coming up here for TA once he dispatches of these 2 HP keys.
Yeah, again, not doing a very good job of guarding this Triforce. Puts the Dig Dogger on the room you exit and not on the room you have to get the Triforce from.
I mean, it spent all of its energy putting that 3-headed, I think it was a 3-headed Gliok here, this level 5 that guards the Triforce. Alright, so we're still looking for levels 4 and 7.
Yeah, and
the 2 best levels ever.
And of course, we the remove most of RMOS when we talk about that's remove most open staircases. Basically, the randomizer takes away a lot of the diamond stairs, the spiral stairs, and the right side stairs, and replaces them with others. And we do have another hint shop, and TA is going to be able to buy 2 of these. First one's useless because we've seen that. Is there a bow hint?
Do we?
2 Aquamentus, yeah, and you can't scum those because he's already, you're not going to retry out of that.
Yeah, you're not going to retry out of your Triforce piece pickups here.
Nope.
STA goes back into level 8. Now, here's the big question. Does he leave this level 8 without getting the item? This is the room that the Triforce is in. Oh, he sees it. He's grabbing it.
Picking
and now does he stay in? This is huge.
I'm kind of hoping that either he stays in and gets the silvers and CJ goes back to get his bow, or he doesn't. And CJ, you know, like keep it even. He's going back in, so you might even find out what this last item is. Yeah, keep the race nice and close.
I like nice close races.
Interesting that CJ is back into level 5 and did not go back into level 2. That surprises me. I mean, to be fair, I don't think it's necessarily a bad play to have left level 2. It's still kind of a wonky dungeon. It's it's relatively small, but it has its twists and turns and walk through walls and such. But we know the bow is there, so he's gonna have to get back there at some point. Now, CJ has enough money; he's gonna be able to afford all these hints, and I bet he buys them when he gets there.
Yeah, we'll get to see what that 50 rupee hint is if he does head in that direction. But he's going to be making a play for Magical Sword right now.
Yeah, why not? I mean, that's one of... I've talked about this before. Like, if you're going to play the meme of getting all the hearts, you want to get the advantage of getting all the hearts and get this Magic Sword. Unfortunately, not going to be pickable at 11 hearts.
This is the room that has the silvers for TA. But he won't be able to fire any of them. To do this room.
He's got 1 rupee. Likes don't drop anything, so. Okay, CJ is going to get to this other hint shop first, so he's going to be able to get the... We'll see what this other hint is. First, he's going to do level 3.
As TA finishes off with the likes. Sees that it's the transport staircase. He is not going back to that room with the dig dogger.
Yeah, gosh, if he misses the floor item, it's so much harder to go back for a floor item. I don't care what dungeon it is, it's so much harder to go back for a floor item than it is to go back for a stair item. Like, your only guide is, if it's dark, it's not going to be there. Other than that,
yep.
I mean, there are rooms that drop. Like, there's thanks, game. And TA is going to know what rooms will and won't drop, but there's just not a lot of hints beyond that. Whereas the staircase, it's pretty obvious when you see a staircase, and there's not that many ones that aren't. Yeah, we already knew that the boomerang was. I think we saw. No, we didn't see that hint. I think I'm confusing a different race, but boomerang's in level 4, so.
Well, we got the sail over, but that was for the magic key.
All right, CJ gets his heart. He's going to see if the Triforce is over here first. It's not. He's going to have to go back and clear that room. A shame he doesn't have the bow to kill the Pole's voice. TA had the bow, hadn't bought arrows or found the silvers yet. In fact, still hasn't found the silvers.
TA going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, he's going to spend a lot of time in this 8.
Although, if he makes that room back to that dig dogger, the room to the left, he is going to go to the room to the left. He will get those silvers.
There they are.
Alright, well, if the other item in this level 8 is in those bottom 3 rooms, we know it's not going to be the ladder.
True. That's about the only thing the runners could want at this point now. We haven't seen a ladder block yet. White swords underneath the ladder, but that's, of course, not required. More of a luxury item.
Yeah, I mean, 2 of our maps or 3 of our maps are ladder blocked, but that too is a luxury.
Exactly.
All
All right,
right,
CJ's going to be
TA
done with 3.
resetting, probably for a chance for some bombs here, or maybe just trying to figure something else out over here. And there is the Triforce for chessjerk.
And we are tied up on our Triforces. Our information is really similar. CJ just having not gotten the bow out of 2. Slight edge to TA because of that. We have, it's not just these 3 hints. So chessjerk's going to find the hint shop over here in just a second. You're going to buy these because you do not want to have to come back here with the save scum. We don't have a lot of things we need to spend money on, so it makes sense to just do it. So I expect him to buy all 3 of these hints, and they're actually pretty cheap.
7.
Everybody's favorite 1Q dungeon. It's a pretty dungeon today.
So Bufin is letting me know that we did see a play of melody for the magic boomerang.
He's just hoping to get what he needs to know with the cheap hints. He is not going to get what he needs to know because he's going to get the 2 level 1 items. And let's see what this... Oh, he's not checking the 3rd item. Oh.
Wow.
You have to check the 3rd item. I say that. It's not really true. But gosh, you're never... When are you going back there? I mean, I guess you could record it at 5. He wants to check magic sword.
Is it obtainable at 12 hearts? It wasn't at 11. No, it is not.
And no, I don't think chessjerk is saving money for bomb upgrades, but he hasn't gotten a potion yet. So he probably wants to make sure he has money for that. That's like the only thing crucial that you'd want to worry about. You might worry about buying. He's gonna head over to Death Mountain.
Yeah, this is the general area where TA is, although TA is on Western Death Mountain.
Chad asking if there could be I don't think there's a mistrack. CJ just it's level 2. It's a twisty turny level. You got the Triforce. You got the item on the floor. You chose not to look for the bow. He could still get a hint, either if he goes back to that hint shop, or if we get hints all throughout in dungeons. A hint could happen. He might need that hint at this point. Now, the other thing that would be good for CJ would be to run into a Goma that he has to kill. In which case, he's checked. Like, this is the other thing. Like, why I'm surprised. I'm not trying to be critical. Like, I don't think it's necessarily a bad play to leave a dungeon without the item. I just am a little more used to him full clearing things and getting the items than leaving. So it just took me by surprise.
Yeah, and I think what part of this is he knows he's up against ta909. ta909 likes to skip things all over the place.
Yep.
So that may also be playing into chessjerk's decision making here, that he has to make some skips in order to have a chance in this race. Just to note, and somebody was answering it in chat, chessjerk does only have the 1 item marked in level 2. As he gets into level 7 himself.
Yeah, level 7, the other place that could have a bait block. Since we're coming in from the top, probably not going to be required, but both runners have the bait. You might see them use it just to get it out of their inventory if they do find the bait guy.
5 HP on the red Dark Nuts. Such fun.
Yick.
Also, a whole bunch of Pole's voice, which chessjerk's gonna wish. Oh, did I just see the wand?
There was something there. He got something. I saw blue, so it could very well have been the wand. There's a bomb upgrade that TA can't afford. We'll see if chessjerk picks that up when he gets there.
Okay, it was just a 5er.
Okay, like I said, I saw blue. That's all I saw. Here's the Triforce. He's like, yeah, there's still the possibility of a ladder. You could tell. So he so wanted to pick up that Triforce and just leave. Looks like he's gonna dig this dungeon a little bit further.
Sees that room? Nope, not gonna do that room.
He's gonna check one more room. It's a Wizrobe, you know, we got Wizrobes and Pole's voice, and there's the bait block.
Yep.
Well, not so block.
And there's the Triforce pickup now for TA.
Did we get anything out of 7?
Nope.
Alright. So if we need to find a ladder, this could be the place.
Considering the fact that we have yet to see any sort of indication about the play a melody, I'm thinking level 4 might be recorder blocked.
I think level 4 has to be recorder blocked at this point.
But it's not a guarantee. Hey, chessjerk, you should be here.
Let me think about it. So we saw play a melody for the magic boomerang. We got the magic boomerang in level 4. Oh, it could be we could have a dig dogger in the dungeon. I would definitely be prioritizing those recorder locations, but yeah, you can't be skipping the other ones.
Yeah. It's not a guarantee that level 4 is recorder blocked. Yes, you got to play it like it is. It's just not 100%. Like, for instance, right here, this could be level 4. It might not be level 4. It definitely isn't level 4 with that
not level 4.
And this is where chessjerk not having the bow.
Yeah, there's a shutter door at the bottom he wants to get through.
Big time. 4 is not recorder blocked, so it's going to be behind a dig dogger where the boomerang is.
Yep.
Or the magic boomerang, that is.
Neither one of our runners will be sad if they don't end up picking that up.
And if TA can get this Triforce out of this 4, we have a real possibility of the ladder being in level 9, or not even needed at all.
I think the ladder has got to... I think we're down to 4, 7, and 9 for the ladder. I think... Oh, and there's one item left in 8. But we already know that's... most likely, the parts of 8 we haven't seen are ladder blocks, so it's pretty likely that the item in 8 that we're missing is not the ladder. Now, it's always a little scary to go into level 9 without a ladder, because you can very well just full clear, you know, get through 9, kill Ganon, and you get to Zelda, and she's in a Chevy room. And then you cry.
Did you just see that, Tracy?
Which, the bomb upgrade, or?
No, we need the ladder.
Okay,
it's well... that whole room in 4.
Oh, baby. Let's go back and find a ladder. The ladder could be in 4. I'm surprised TA isn't staying in there.
There's our magic boomerang, by the way. The dig dogger blocked one.
Let's see. Where's TA? He's gonna go look in level 8. That's really interesting. Yeah, I am. I'm surprised. I am more. I don't think I mean, there's probably some rooms we can still get into in 8 that aren't ladder blocked, but I feel like 4 or 7 would be better choices to look. And CJ's clearing this 7. Again, on the theme of... Okay, so it's gotta be in 4, or this last item in 8?
We do have another item in 6, but...
oh, we do, don't we? But
drop.
It's a really good chance that 6 is also ladder blocked.
Yes.
That could send chessjerk back to level 2. In fact, if I'm chessjerk, that's probably the first place I'm looking. Is that I'm missing in level 2. Get the bow and be like, well, good thing I didn't miss this. You know.
So
we've definitely seen all the items in 5. I don't know if TA saw both items in 5, but CJ did.
TA did not. He did not get that second heart container that was on the floor. Again, yeah, that's something that chessjerk saw. We do know the boomerang, per hint, is in level 4. Heart container that's seen by TA, that's the one that chessjerk saw. And if the ladder is in level 4 and chessjerk digs us out, this makes things interesting. Although I worry about what chessjerk will do if he finds
better off if he doesn't find the ladder in 4, because that will probably send him to 2.
Yeah.
Because if he can get the Triforce in 4, he's probably going to grab that Triforce and go look in 9 for that bow. And as we always like to say, now there's only one hint in level 9 anyway, but that hint's not going to be for the bow. It's going to be for the silvers, if it's for anything.
There's 3.
Oh right, we're in 1 queue back half.
Yes.
It's still not going to be for the bow.
Right. You're right. I just wanted to correct the 1 versus 3.
No, absolutely, please do.
All right, here we go. Level 4 for chessjerk, and TA is saving out of level 8.
Yeah, I don't think level 8's I'd go back to 4. I would go back to 4 or 7 if I were TA. 7 actually would be a legit choice. Now we know that's not the answer,
but it would even him out as far as the combat's concerned.
Yep. Looks like this could be 5. Get that second heart, or find that second heart.
We're wrapping back into 6.
I mean, sure. This also wouldn't be my first choice again, because 6 tends to be heavily ladder blocked on their things.
There's the compass for chessjerk, so now he will have the information when he heads over in that direction to check out the Triforce. At this nearing 50-minute mark, I do want to remind you to give these runners a follow. The semi-finalist chessjerk ta909.
Yeah, to answer chat, the 9 in this scenario specifically, 9 cannot have the ladder because there is a Triforce blocked. Oh no! Not enough money to pay off the mugger. He's gonna walk right through the wall.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give up the heart
Nope.
either. Red candle on the floor.
Doesn't want it this late. I mean, I would pick that up for red, candle boosting and such, but it's, not a needed item, and it is a heart container in the stair for TA. I'm not sure he saw either item in 6 though.
He did not.
It makes a little more sense that he's going back here because of that.
All right, chessjerk now will get the realization that he will need the ladder in order to get into level 9.
Yeah, he's not even going to clear the room because he knows where that drop is going to be. There is some weirdness in like 2Q and like the vertical river room, where in 2Q it's on the other side. Actually, the horizontal one too. In 2Q, it tends to drop on the wrong side, so it would be ladder blocked in a 2Q dungeon, not ladder blocked in a 1Q dungeon. Although I guess it depends on what direction you're coming in from. But moat room's a moat room. It's going to be in the middle. But yeah, CJ's going to full dig this 4, and it again goes to the theme. Leok
ladders in 4.
It is in 4. That's not good for chessjerk. That's really good for TA, because now he knows to go back to 4, and he's going to go ahead and do that. But chessjerk's going to continue to miss that bow.
Yeah, unless he makes an intuition play to go back to level 2.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to ask him about it, because he's full cleared all the dungeons except maybe 6.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty thorough in all his dungeons except level 2. He's going to be kicking himself over that, I think, a little bit. Granted, if things stay as they are, this is only game 3. He will still have his shot in game 4 and, force it to a game 5.
Yeah, this is not an elimination match, so at least we have that going for both of these runners. But TA back in level 4. 30 rooms of mayhem.
And, our runners demonstrating why this is the worst dungeon in the game. I'll take my back half spirals over this any day. It's a big chunk of level. You know, it's with, again, twists and turns and walk through walls and bomb walls and fake, one-way doors, and can completely get you turned around. And there's that mugger room again, and CJ's gonna avoid it again. Could have played the 57 rupees this time.
And gets the red candle now for his...
Walked right over. I mean, you're not gonna, like, the difference between... It's not like it's a bad thing to get the red candle.
And doesn't even head to the south at this point. But I think at this point you do need to go to the south of the D.
I think you're right.
We do know by hint. TA knows this hint. chessjerk does not. Ladder is here.
I mean, gosh, best case scenario is CJ gives up, checks 2, and comes back. I'm trying to think what other locations he has. There's not a lot, and TA doesn't care. He's just going to give up the heart. There's the boomerang.
The magic boomerang, which is the same room that TA is in right now. And this will not be a push block because of that chime.
Oh,
that
that's
is
rude.
A very rude room to come out onto. And TA is going to have the same plight.
Yep, well, one uses the wand to get out of it, and TA, the other's going to use the bow. But fortunately, both runners have a projectile weapon.
Yeah, thank God for that.
It always feels really bad when you get locked into a room like that and you have nothing to kill the enemies.
Oh, no!
Oh, I mean,
that may be good for chessjerk, but
if that's
it's...
the...
Oh, no, it's
here.
here.
It's right here.
It's here.
It's here. That actually would have been good for him because, again, it would have meant he would have had to go get the bow outside this dungeon.
And the reason, Tracy, why you're so concerned about this is because you know what chessjerk's about to do.
He's going to grab the Triforce. He's going to go to level 9. It's a 1Q9. And unless those items show up really, really fast, and a 1Q9, I mean, I rarely get, if I'm looking in a 1Q or a Shapes 9 for an item, I swear I get to at least four staircases, 4 transports before I ever find the item. And he needs to find 2 to kick him out.
TA has found the red candle, so now he is knowing that he's looking for the staircase. All right, chessjerk, what are you doing?
Where are we going? I mean, he could go back to 2 still. Like, it is, again, it's a smaller dungeon. And this is something I often say. If you have a choice between a smaller dungeon and, a 1Q9, a Shapes 9, sometimes you go back for the smaller dungeon. Now, I don't know whether that's what he's going to do. Maybe?
No, he's
nope.
He's going straight to 9. Do not pass go. Do not collect.
He's going to get the white sword first.
Okay.
I mean, TA, I expect, will do that too.
Mm-hmm. TA just went the wrong direction inside this level 4.
And buys chessjerk a little bit of time in 9, but he needs to find both items and get himself kicked out.
Yeah.
Now, the other strategy you can think about is you go into 9. If you find Ganon and Zelda really quickly, then it becomes a little more viable to go back to a different dungeon to look.
And for chessjerk, the first level he's going to is level 2. Right.
There's no way. I mean, it's 6. He might have gotten both items at 6. I'm not sure. But yeah,
I mean, he saw the stair item. The item he's looking for is the floor drop. So he's like, nope, not doing that. All right, let's take a listen, see if chessjerk can't get kicked out of here fast enough. Roar immediately.
Roar already. Immediate roar. That's not good for CJ. You hope it's to the bomb wall, because then you can walk out.
RMOS right here.
Item?
It is an item.
Not even taking the heart. I don't blame him.
We know the serious of this when he doesn't grab the heart container right there.
Okay, I think he knows where Ganon is. I don't think we heard the roar in that black room. So it's going to be to the left at that first room. good to know what that what the room is, because now you can avoid it. Because anytime you go into Ganon without being able to kill him, it is an immediate up A.
Is this the other item? It is not.
It's not. Now he still has to find Zelda. I would argue that I don't know if I'd argue this because I could see going either way. But once you find Ganon and Zelda, it is much more reasonable, I think, maybe the best way to put it, to go ahead and leave and search another dungeon. The reason being, the reason you go to 9 here is you're not really wasting time until you found both Ganon and Zelda, because you're finding the path, you're finding where everything is. That's not wasted time. Whereas you go to a dungeon that doesn't have the thing you're looking for, that is wasted time. But once you found those two, then then it's a different situation. Now any extra time you're spending in 9 is wasted time. This could be Zelda right here.
Zelda?
Nope.
It is not. This could be. It is not.
This could be a push block. Of course, we say that a lot in 9.
I mean, when you have 6 pairs.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus 2 items.
Yep. So it's 14 staircases total.
Hi,
There's Zelda's room. Not in her room tonight.
Dig Dogger's just here visiting. Reverse C. This could be an RMOS.
Yep. Yeah. The placement of that key doesn't guarantee it, because that would be the normal spot where it would drop, but it is.
Here is TA taking care of that Goma, about to go to the room to the south. Thankfully has a bomb, and this will be the ladder for TA.
Chessjerk's not completely out of this yet, but he does need TA to have
hurry.
He needs to find this item, and TA needs to have a really bad 9. Now, a 1Q9 can do nasty things to you. It is very much the great equalizer we talk about. This is not a 2Q9 where, you typically are done pretty darn quickly. Oh, hi, Mugger, again.
And TA grabs that Triforce out of level 4. Eligible to go into level 9. As
Alright, here's another push block.
Single push block, here we go. Is this the other item? No.
At this point, the other item's going to be a heart container. Everything else is marked, so I guess if CJ picked up both, he'd be able to get Magic Sword. But you're not doing that. You don't have the time. Especially when you consider the enemy set in this dungeon has not been bad. A lot of times, like if it's a Wizrobe dungeon, I'm more concerned about having a Magic Sword if it's a Wizrobe dungeon than if it's not. Literally anything else, to be honest.
By the way, if we could switch the audio over to TA, because we will be facing off against Ganon really quickly once we get into this level 9.
Also, nice world wrap from TA to get his white sword.
So TA is going to go to this room to the north, and you had a forced path into here, so you're guaranteed to hear Ganon immediately.
Yeah, if I'm TA, I'm going right first because of the key door. And you have the any key, and then I'm going to go to the left. I go up last. I only have 5 bombs. I don't want to use them. Whereas for CJ, okay, he's going to go up first. That surprises me. For CJ, it made sense for him to use the bomb hole first. Because you want to be able to walk out of the room.
Alright, here comes Ganon for ta909. Chessjerk's time is really low, and I'm very cautious about that room to the south.
2 shutter rooms off. I think we might have seen the room above. We definitely have not seen the room below. CJ leaving level 9.
He's going back to... he's buying bombs.
Getting bombs.
TA is getting the all-right pattern here from Ganon. There we go. Finally one to the left. Tries to torch him. Now, immediately, checking to the south. because of that, you couldn't get to her room at the start. Is this Zelda? No.
No. I mean, it was a Chevy room, so it would have been kind of amusing.
chessjerk's back in 8.
8.
Wrong dungeon to go to.
I mean, this is a huge dungeon with the... because he's got the ladder. Like, this makes sense, honestly. The ladder was in a crap spot. We want to take advantage of that, potentially.
The decision to leave level 2 without getting the staircase item is going to be the big turning point of this race.
And to be fair, CJ stays in level 2 and gets the bow. There is no guarantee that he wins this race. He still hasn't found Zelda, to my knowledge. But
Right.
they'd probably both be in level 9 right now searching for Zelda.
So chessjerk getting that hint he already knows about. TA needs to be a little careful.
Yeah, and to our knowledge, we have not seen Zelda in level 9. So this is kind of going to be a tricky 9. This is not a free... it was a little... it looked like it might have actually been a free one because, that shutter door down from Ganon.
TA's
highly likely.
Which is not going to make him feel all that great at this moment because of the fact that you don't know where your opponent is. You know you're up against a very tough opponent. For all you know, that opponent is right next to you. This is Ganon's room again. Gonna bomb.
Looks like CJ is gonna find this item pretty soon. So that should send him back to 2.
Oh shoot! Would have been funny if the shutter door was on the other side of that.
Oh, we've seen that before. You see the door open, you can't get to it. Okay, this has got to be the item for CJ. And it's going to be a heart, because that's all we have left.
Yeah. Shutter door doesn't open there for TA.
Alright, CJ going back to 2.
Clock ticking for chessjerk. I mean, he could still find a magical path to the princess if he gets back to level 2.
He's definitely... I mean, he's still seen more of this 9 than TA has.
2 shutter doors, so we know Princess Zelda's not behind either one of those.
And CJ back in level 2. At this point, this is
Shutter
not feeling
yes,
good.
Yes, it is. TA takes a 2-1 series lead.
GG's to ta909, taking that 2-1 lead.
And there's chessjerk will give us the immediate forfeit here. I do want to let you know, programming note, please stay tuned, because coming up here in just a little bit, Game 5, the best of the rest between PDX Rex and Stags. Winner takes all. Gotta be a fun one, so you stick around. That's gonna be coming up here in just a little bit. But first, we're gonna have a chance to talk with our runners here if they want to come on in and talk about this.
Also, we should also mention there is another race just starting right now over on, looks like it's on SpeedGaming 3. That'll be Game 4 between Angel FM versus Bogey. And just as also a note to anyone that goes over to that race, please do not mention the result of this race in any of those other chats. There are some people that are going to want to watch the VODs back. So,
yeah. Make sure that we just keep things spoiler free at this stage, as I know there's a lot of people that they don't have access to the multi Twitches, or they don't want to watch the multi Twitch.
Hard to watch 2 races at once.
I try sometimes.
I do too, but it's hard.
All right, let's see if the runners want to join in here. Looks like we are going to get TA at least. Coming in here for just a moment. Actually, both of them. As we do welcome in our 2 runners, chessjerk and here's ta909 as well. GG's.
boys.
Hey, thank you.
GGTA.
Hey, GG.
So, first of all, we did get to see a lot of great movement from both of you, but I do want to note a couple of things that I saw here in this race. TA, what would you like to say to that blue dark nut that picked you off in level 1?
Oh man, yeah, that didn't feel good, especially since I had to clear 8 likes to take the passage back to the Triforce. It's not a good feeling to die with a red ring, but that probably cost me a minute. Didn't feel good.
Level 1 was kind of icky that way. I mean, it was completely doable. Level 1 gave you a red ring, but you didn't want to go back.
Yeah, I hesitated on whether I wanted to. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but I wanted to use iframes to walk through the Dark Knot, and I was hesitating on whether I should have done that or not, and I finally made my decision at the last second, but it was too late.
You had 2 blue dark nuts walking side by side.
It was a tough order. I probably would have died if I had gotten through that Dark Nuts.
So it was a tough setup to begin with, and I think it was just unfortunately maybe a lag moment to also hit you.
Yeah, I had a big meal before this race, so I'm not doing that again because I felt very delayed, my reflexes and such. So.
And I think by now, chessjerk, you do know that the bow wasn't 2.
Yep, I see.
Yeah, it was because I know you're more of a full clear your dungeons, and it was the one dungeon you didn't do, so it kind of surprised me. Went into the decision to just go ahead and leave. I mean, level 2 and 2Q kind of sucks. let's be honest.
It was lack of combat more than anything else. I mean, having already found an item and a Triforce in the first 5 rooms, and the combat looked terrible. I'm thinking, I'm just gonna come back later with more combat, and I did, but a little too late.
Yeah,
and like you said, I usually do not gamble on 9, and I did this time, and it didn't work.
So I was getting a little concerned there for just a few moments, TA, about the silvers on the floor there in that dig dogger room in level 8. Did you always planned on getting back to that room, or what was the thought process there?
Yeah, so the idea was to, despawn I think it was a dig dogger I killed. So the idea was to come back into the room, and I think I got the passage. There was a passage in the next room, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That was a little bit of a decoy, and that is actually a mistake that I make a lot. So I'll have something in my queue of things to do, whatever, and then something else will pop up, and I'll have that take precedence over whatever else I wanted to do. Then I'll completely forget about what I was going to do in the first place. So like another example, this happens to me a lot, is if I am, when I'm tracking, I like to pre-track caves, if that makes sense. So I like to X out the caves I'm about to do, but if I find an any road, let's say, and then I start taking the any roads, and all of a sudden I'm on a different part of the map, I'll forget that I had X'd off some spots that was in my queue of things to do, but I didn't actually do it. So that's what happened right there with the silvers, and I think inevitably I would have ran into them because there was 4 or 5 rooms below where the silvers actually were. Obviously, when I stumbled upon them, like, whoa, I forgot to check that room. I was in transit to exploring the rooms below the silvers. So, yeah, that was a mistake for sure. That was a mistake.
So, obviously, we do have another race coming up here in just a few moments with the game number 5 between PDX Rex and Stags. That'll be coming up here in just a few moments if you want to stick around here on SpeedGaming. You both have games 4 and 5 on the schedule, which will include tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern. What are your thoughts going into game number 4? And I know personally, I would love to see this go game to a 5th game. What about you both?
That'd be quite the tall order, because I thought I was going pretty fast to the seat, and it wasn't enough. So.
Yeah, I just hope that. It seems like chessjerk was in 9 while I was in there, so the race was probably neck and neck the whole way for the most part. I'm just hoping for.
Yeah,
I'm just hoping for a close. Just hoping for a close game 4. Give something exciting for the audience to watch, because the blowout races. It's nice to win, but I always say I'd rather lose a very, very close race than win in blowout fashion. And at the end of the day, we're all just looking to have fun and trying to put on a show for the community to watch. So hopefully game 4 is close. That's all I have to say.
One other thing I do want to...
Yeah, well, I was going to mention... Oh, go ahead. Okay. You guys are 2-2 for the entire tournament, right? Because he played the Swiss round. So, chessjerk, you're not out of this, let's just say. So a game 5 is more than possible, and it would be certainly fun to watch. I'm personally glad I don't have to send either one of you off tonight, so I didn't have to, condolences and all that stuff. So you two are two of my favorite runners. So I am looking forward to watching the game 4.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what game number 4 has between you. The last question I do want to ask TA is, how happy were you to see that hint about the ladder being in level 4 inside that 6?
Initial reaction is that's a nice hint, but also at the same time, if chessjerk had dug level 6 with the book, he would have found that hint potentially 20 minutes into the seed, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So I had ambivalent feelings towards that hint, I guess. I didn't know if...
I'm just going to say that hint probably saved you a few minutes here, and who knows, with chessjerk in level 2 at the time that you crossed the finish line may have won you that race.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have went back to 7 before 4. I had 2 items in 7, and I had 2 items in 4, and I probably would have dug the floor item out of 6. So it's entirely possible that chessjerk would have won that race had I not gotten that hit.
You were safe because level 4 was in my favorite cave.
Oh yeah.
Never forget.
All right, friends. We do need to wrap up here because we got that game 5 coming up here in just a few moments. Make sure you give chessjerk and ta909 some love. Give them a follow and come back here tomorrow night, game number 4. It's going to be exciting.
Good luck to both of you.
Thank you very much for the comments.
Thank you. Good night, all.
Tracy, let's send us on out of here. We had fun. Another 2Q, 1Q setup.
1Q, always.
Boofy Boom, thank you for doing the tracking for us. Stick around. We have more Zelda 1 Randomizer coming up next year on SpeedGaming. Thank you for joining us.